May 29th, 2025. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. And what are we going to talk about? Kansas City, Independence, Missouri. We're going to talk about crime. We're going to talk about drugs. And we're going to talk about the homeless. And we're going to talk about drugs, and more drugs here on East 47th Street South. And up at that Gordman's. And that Toys R Us parking lot. A lot of stuff going on. So they've been booming here for the last few hours here this afternoon. And there's one homeboy in a big old black, ugly Cadillac. It's got the whole front end kind of grill smashed out and stuff. I'm going to show this guy because he was going up and down my street, up and down my street, up and down my street. And guess where he also had to pull over? Well, this is good because this shows where these drugs are coming from. First, he had to go over on 46th Street and turn around. There's a lot of drug activity over there, see, here in Independence. But then he pulled over here off Willis, where one of the bikers up the way is a drug dealer. So we want to put them on, let everybody see this stuff. And real interesting stuff. And he was down there revving his Cadillac. And he looks like he needs to get a newer Cadillac than that. Anyway, we're going to show that real quick. And then I'm going to show, went over here. Unknown, had to get some Coca-Cola. Went over by the Chinese restaurant. Got some Chinese tonight. Come back and Independence sitting across Chinese. Maybe Independence needs to be back up here, over here by Gordman's and Toys R Us and the 40 highway up here. Because that's where the drug activity is going on. It ain't going on across the street from the Chinese restaurant on Nolan. But we're going to show that. So hold on. So what you're looking at, I had what was really interesting, because see, some of these ones that run the drugs, they got jammers too. And they try to jam the Wi-Fi. Well, I have wired cams. I have my body cam. I got, like I say, I got all different kinds of cams on this house. And also sometimes I even put my tablet up here. And guess what? Just so happened I had put the tablet up here. And this guy was going up and down. And I can prove it. But on top of that, we're going to show that he turned down here. He comes, what's really interesting, he actually turned down off 47th Street to Northfleet, went on to 46. And then he made another loop back around. He had a couple of homegirls with him in a vehicle behind. I walked down here because I wanted to get it with my body cam. And he pulled down here on Willis, where all the druggies are, where they deal drugs. Now, I've lived out here 58 years. My house is paid for, and I know more about Independence in this area than you can imagine. But after that pandemic, and somebody bought all these houses up, they let 8-10 people move into a lot of these homes over here. Brought in a lot of crud and a lot of drugs, which should never have been allowed in the first place. But, we got that meth recovery place up there too. Anyway, let's just take a look at this. And this is the Cadillac. Now, it's missing a front grille. It's all chunked out. And it has no mufflers on it. If it does, they're hollowed out because it's like straight pipes on this baby. So, I want to show that real quick. Black guy driving it here. And we're going to show some of this. But let's go up here to where this is. He's got a couple of homegirls behind him here. It almost stop out in front. But we're going to show this. I'm going to mute this really quick, because this was loud. And I'll talk about it. So what you're seeing, see if I can get this to go here, guys. So this white car had a couple black gals in it. They looked a little bit worried when they went by up here. I had my body cam out. But here's that Cadillac down here on Willis. And see, that's a form of harassment too. You can drive up and down the streets, drive on the street. But if you got making excessive noise, and this is no mufflers on top of booming. Oh, well, you know how that goes. So hold on. Yeah, it looks like not too good of a car either. but they were with this guy. Now, they were behind him. Doesn't it look like a piece of junk, too? Looks like all these cars look like they're coming from a car dealer lot. Well, we know about the car dealers here and how they move stuff. They move more than just cars. They move a lot of other stuff, too. But this is really interesting because I could actually bring this in a lot brighter. You can see these gals' faces here in this vehicle. It was with this guy. Yeah, I wonder how you got them to come up behind him and do that. But there's a vehicle right there. And he just kept on revving it. So I go on back up. I had to put my selenite sticks down. Hold on, guys. All right, guys, I think I found the deal just before he made that other trip down, too. So I had to walk down off my porch here. And he's right down here. You're going to make a left-hand turn. You're going to make a left-hand turn down here off Northlake, going northbound here. See if I can get this in a little bit better. I don't know if I can or not. Let's see here. Take it back. Yeah, I think you guys can see it a little bit better. He's in that left turn lane right there. That's where he is right there. And then he's going to go back towards 46 over in that area. Interesting. Well, you know, I bet you one thing. I bet if Independence or Jackson County Sheriff was watching like a, say that Tom's Bar or out here by where Sato's and the tool shed is, I bet he can see this. Or up in Raytown. You know, Raytown up there, it's the Spankies. These are the main running bars through here. And they run a lot more. But definitely wanted to show that, so hold on. All right, guys, I wanted to show that one more time. A little bit different angle. Should be something Independence but should be looking at here. Now, hold on. Well, there's Independence over there, sat there in the vacant lot here on Nolan Road. Not too much action going across here. Now, they do set across here occasionally at the pawn shop when the pawn shop's open. Because they kind of scan, got to watch for some of those bad guys at the pawn shop here at Independence. Let's see if I can brighten that up a little bit here too. But they need to get back over here on East 47th Street South and Gordman's and Toys R Us parking lot. Because they're still running that stuff. Let me stop this here. I had to brighten it up a little bit so you guys could see it. There we go. We just come out of the Chinese restaurant. And it was sitting there when we went through. It'd been sitting there for a bit. Let's see if I can find that other one real quick here. So we go through the Chinese restaurant lot here. And when we come out, let's see here. Do this a little bit slower. Well, there's Independence over there. See where my cursor is? That's where it's setting, guys. Looks like they need to be setting. If they're going to set somewhere, why don't they set up their Toys R Us and Gordman's? Set on the street even up there. Oh, well, maybe they would catch some bad guys and some drug dealers. Oh, and then when we drove down Nolan Road, I'll have some more videos to show you. Because the only thing you got to do is drive down Nolan Road once from 40 Highway and you can catch a lot of stuff. There's one guy that, you know, that Burger King up there, it was notorious. They were actually doing drug drops in actually the trash cans. Guy'd come by, drop some, basically put the drugs there. The other one come by, drop the money in, come back, pick the money up. Still going on, guys. You know, across from where that motel is up on Nolan. But this, man, can't believe this stuff. Hold on. And this guy right here, you don't think Independence Police or Jackson County Sheriff don't know who this guy is? They know who's running this stuff over here. Look at that, it's missing a grill. Big old black caddy with no mufflers. If it did have mufflers, they were hollowed out because it sounded like straight pipes on this baby. All right, guys, we'll wrap this up for right now, and I'll have more videos coming. We'll be showing some of this stuff. You know, when this stuff goes on like this and they start their stuff, I just want to show how many more things they're dealing when they're dealing these drugs here in Independence and Kansas City. Well, I like showing the whole area here in Kansas City, from, you know, North Kansas City to Raytown, Lee Summit, Blue Springs. We'll show it all. Anyway, guys, keep your eyes open and stay safe out there.